What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and this whole debacle in Florida has been kind of hilarious to watch. I mean, it couldn't be going worse for Disney. I mean, sure, you could argue that, normies already had their, family vacations scheduled, and, the parks aren't exactly empty right now, but certainly they're losing the PR battle because first they stood up against Florida's anti-grooming bill. Not quick enough, though. So the far left or leftists trended for days on Twitter, angry that Disney, a corporation, donated money to people that passed a law they didn't like, essentially. A law that none of them read, but a law they didn't like nonetheless. Then Disney bent the knee a few days later and doubled down on bending the knee. Now conservatives are pissed off at Disney. And they're the ones that actually spend money there. That's the thing. Like these lunatic leftists on Twitter that have, 7 people in a studio apartment stealing Wi-Fi from Starbucks, they're not going to Disney. They're sharing their parents' Disney Plus subscription. They aren't your customers. And now things have got even worse as Florida residents have turned against Disney, Florida employees have turned against Disney. And now Ron DeSantis has signaled support for stripping Disney of special self-governing status as the feud is escalating. They don't hold the cards here. Disney employee issues dire warning about economic consequences of the new leftward lurch. Jose Castillo, a current Walt Disney employee who's running for Congress in Florida as a Republican, told Fox News Digital that Disney's new political activism may come back to bite the company in its pocketbook. Florida legislators have floated the idea of repealing the 1967 Reedy Creek Improvement Act, which gives Disney the autonomy to effectively run its own government in the area around Disney World. In response to the company's recent advocacy against the parental rights law, which critics have branded, I'm not calling it that, repealing the law would subject Disney to government of Orange County. Castillo warned that if Disney's advocacy against new law spurs this repeal, it will hurt the company's bottom line, especially if the company continues its left-wing advocacy. By the way, I don't want them to be right-wing advocates either. I just want them to sell the hot dog. Quote, I think if Disney is going to continue this leftward lurch and the legislature votes to give Disney left-leaning politics policies that they've asked for, then it'll be subject to the tyrannical rule of the mayor of Orange County, which they'll soon regret. Castillo told Fox News Digital, if Disney falls under the Orange County regulation and taxes, I suspect they'll think twice before pushing for more of them. Castillo declined to comment on whether he supports the Reedy Creek Improvement Act, but he did say that as a free market capitalist, he opposes the government giving special advantages to certain companies and individuals if it's not the government's job to pick winners and losers. Quote, it's already probably in part because of these privileges and the considerable sway that Disney has in Florida that creates the impetus for them to weigh in on issues such as the parental rights and education bill. It bothers me when I read public statement saying that we believe the bill shouldn't have been passed, the employee added. I've been with Disney 13 years and I'm proud of my role in the company. When the company uses words like we, it should mean all of the cast members, and right now that's not the case. Castillo previously told Fox News Digital that a silent majority of Disney employees support the law, even if the company has taken a public stance against it after the LGBTQ employees protested. Of course that's true. Now, I would say that's definitely true if you include the people that are indifferent. The thing is, people forget that, the majority of people are just trying to pay their bills and get by. They aren't, deeply involved in political issues. And when you keep forcing it on them, then it's a turnoff for them. It makes life untenable for them. It makes it worse for them, I should say, not untenable. But they don't want to talk about that. Castillo previously told, despite critics branding it what they did, we know the bill doesn't say any of those things. Now you see the city, Florida residents slam Disney for becoming the wokest place on earth. Floridians are speaking out against Disney's progressive push, calling it the wokest place on earth, while maintaining that the company should stay out of politics. I don't think they should get involved with it, one resident told Fox News. Ashley Webster, I think they should just entertain us. That's what they do best. Disney is, of course, doubling down on its condemnation of Florida's new law that bans the discussion of gender identity or orientation in kindergarten through third grade classrooms, which is really bizarre to me. The company has publicly spoken out against the legislation and announced it would remove ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from its park greetings. We're talking about kindergartners through third graders, another resident said. Kindergartners through third grades need to learn the things that we talk about, reading, writing, arithmetic, not about gender identity. As a parent, I want to be able to tell my child what I think about it, not a school teacher, one other Florida local commented. In response to Disney's pushback, Governor Ron DeSantis slammed the company as dishonest and hypocritical, noting that it conducts business in North African and Middle Eastern countries that ban the LGBTQ community. On Thursday, DeSantis addressed state lawmakers suggesting a repeal of the 55-year-old law that allows Disney to self-govern as a municipality called Reedy Creek Improvement District. The governor said in a press conference that it's time to reassess any company's, quote, special privileges. This is a big deal. This is essentially Ron DeSantis saying, all right, you want to play? Okay, Disney, you want to play politics? We'll play politics. Enjoy paying the same taxes as everyone else. We all know you're not airlifting Walt Disney Company out of Florida. We also know that Disney is not the only reason people go to Florida to vacation. Yes, I don't know if Disney did something crazy like try to move or something like that. There's lots of other theme parks there. There's Universal Studios. There's a millions of theme parks and things to do there, plus beaches and weather and Cape Canaveral and all this kind of stuff that people still go to Florida for. The weather. They don't really hold the cards that they think they do, and Ron DeSantis knows that. DeSantis further noted that Disney lost a lot of their pull that they used to have over the company's reaction to the parental rights law, and he thinks it's a good thing for our state because the state should be governed by the best interest of its people. This on top of news, Disney is currently expanding operations to 10 anti-LGBTQ countries and regions as they go woke in the United States. One wonders if they're going to have the same diversity and inclusion in all of their videos, as they say. 50% of their movies or characters will be openly of that community. Are they going to do that in Saudi Arabia or these new nations? One wonders, they already bend the knee to China for littlest things like having a Taiwan flag patch on the back of a jacket in the Top Gun remake, which is why I'm not seeing that. The entertainment and media titan announced on Tuesday that Disney Plus, the company's subscription-based streaming service, would make its way into 42 new areas in Europe, Asia, West Africa, starting in May with the rollout launches that go through mid-June. However, nearly a dozen of the announced places where the streaming service will enter have strict anti-LGBTQ laws. As a part of the expansion, Disney Plus will make its way into Algeria, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Oman, Palestine, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, and Yemen, all of which make being a member of the LGBTQ community illegal. In many of those places, this kind of activity is punishable by lengthy imprisonments, hard labor, and fines. In others, like Saudi Arabia, where there's no criminal code, being a member of this community can face an array of punishments ranging from fines to other terrible things, even deletion, where it's the penalty in Yemen. I mean, don't you think normal people see this? Normal people see how bad this is, like how hypocritical you are, and you just keep pushing forward with it. I get it. Parents have Disney Plus. Hey, I get it. You sign up for a year of Disney Plus. You're not canceling it. I understand. But, normal people can have an impact. Maybe see every other movie. Maybe wait till it comes out on streaming and don't pay $20 to see it at the theater. Maybe get your kids interested in, other things that Disney isn't offering. There's a whole wide world out there. Try science, mathematics, hunting, sports. These things, sports has pretty much fallen to the woke crowd, but you get where I'm going. Competitive, clay. You could do that. You could do all sorts of things with your kids that aren't sitting them in front of a Disney Plus app as a free babysitter. And, the number of people canceling Disney Plus, is it going to matter? I don't know. A lot of these things are tempest in a teapot. They go away after a week or two. But where I think this could escalate is if Ron DeSantis uses, Disney as a political pole vault, meaning, let's say he decides to run for president and he makes his feud against woke Disney a running issue. It's going to be in the news constantly. We see more and more of these leaked, where was this leaked? I want to show you this more video. I think I retweeted it yesterday. Just like really here, yeah, this is yesterday. Christopher Rufo, Disney production coordinator Alan March, who says his team is committed to exploring queer stories and promoting LGBTQ stuff, says that kids are getting all their information from the media, and there's a lot of power in that. Like, that's creepy. But here's the thing. Zerzem is right. They are getting a lot of this from the media. So you hold the power. We hold the power of, who's consuming this stuff. And your kids aren't picking to put on Disney. You're doing that. So, this is nuts.
And all this content's going to kids who don't know any of this. And even if they're in a household like Keith that have supportive parents, they're still getting all of this information from media of what is normal. And there's a lot of power to that, and it just needs to be acknowledged.
Creepy. You mean utilized? That's what he means. Zerzem means. I hope you enjoyed this video. Screw Disney.